Do you ever wonder how Andrew Tate came upon his prolific fame, his meteoric rise on social media, how he dramatically, radically polarizes people into either falling absolutely in love with him or absolutely hating him? And today I'm going to share with you how I use those strategies to grow a business from zero to $50,000. Let's get into it. Hey guys, my name's Yahya, founder and creator of Record Breaker, where I help you shatter past your highest revenue record months in the shortest amount of time. So a couple of months ago, I started working with a relationship coach who helps couples avoid divorce. And this person was stuck and had been stuck at $0 for 3 months. And so he told me, yeah, I have two problems. The first problem was lead generation, finding people who were interested in his offer, who wanted to work with him. The second problem was once in a while when he would get a person on a call with him and he tried to sell to the person, most of the time they would walk away. They wouldn't buy from him. So he was having trouble not just finding people, but also converting them into clients. So let's start with marketing. Now his marketing was pretty good, but it was very generic. It was very boring. It was the same as everybody else. And so the first thing we did was we looked at Andrew Tate's formula and how he markets. Now his marketing is very, very polarizing. His marketing is almost offensive, but what it does is it either turns people away or turns them into raving fans of the man. And like it or not, that's literally one of the best benefits that you can get from good marketing. Marketing is supposed to create a feeling. It's supposed to incite an emotion in a person. Now, when I had a couple of discussions with my client, I got to know him as a person, and he shared a lot of similarities with Andrew Tate in terms of he had an opinion on everything. He was a staunch advocate in whatever he believed in, and he had no qualms. He had no issues sharing his opinion, and he didn't have fear of being judged. But his marketing was literally the opposite. He was trying to be nice. He was trying to appease to people's sensibilities, and he was basically dumbing himself down and his marketing and his message. And because of this muted, watered down marketing, he was also getting a lot of prospects on calls with him who were the sort of people that would respond to watered down generic marketing. These were people who were unsure of themselves. They came from a very weak place. They were indecisive. They were having trouble, making up their mind about whether they wanted to rescue their relationship or dump their relationship, so on and so forth, which was pretty much the exact opposite of what this man was. He wanted people who were ready, willing, and wanting to do everything it took to get their relationship back the way they wanted it to be. So what we did was we looked at Andrew Tate's marketing and the way he has a very assertive, strong message, and his approach is like it or lump it, I don't care, is what we took as the focal point, and we started expanding his marketing along these principles. So he started sharing things in a more assertive manner, in a more aggressive manner, and people started to respond. Now, one of his big concerns was, yeah, what if I get trolled by people? What if people start mocking me? What if people start hating on me? What if people this, that, and the other? And I was like, dude, you might as well help some people who resonate with your message instead of helping no one with your message. And so what happened was, yes, he started getting some trolls and some hate, but he also started accumulating a tribe of people who really enjoyed and resonated with his message. And he started to book calls. Now let's move on to sales. So he had a product that was priced at $6,000. And the way he would offer it, or the way he would present it to his clients is, you get this asset, which is worth $2,000, then you get this thing, which is worth $3,000, then you get this thing, which is worth, $4,000, so on and so forth. And the whole cost of the whole thing was around $20,000. But if you bought it right now from him, you'd get it at a discounted value of $6,000. What it was doing to the prospects, to the people on the call, was it was creating a sense of FOMO, like I should buy it right now, otherwise I'm going to miss out, which is not the way he truly wanted to communicate his message. Because his message was, you have a relationship that is beautiful, wonderful. You have children. You want things to grow well and go well for you. Why would you want to risk all that? And he needed people who were ready, willing, and wanting to do that for their families, not people who would just look at a discount and decide to work with it. So we removed all of that, and we had him sit down with a prospect and tell them to their face, it's $6,000, would you like to buy it? And he wasn't too happy about it when we did it. Now, if you're someone who's a coach or a consultant or even an entrepreneur and you've gone into negotiations, you understand that when you take away leverage, because this looked like leverage to him, the problem was believability. People didn't believe it, and the profile of the people showing up, first of all, weren't really convinced on the value of the discount. Secondly, he didn't want to work with discount seekers. He wanted to work with people who would go out and get what they wanted to live the life they deserved. So he slashed all of that down and he started experimenting with that. Guess what? First person who showed up on a call, boom, signed on the spot, paid in full, $6,000 in the bank. And I got a text from him saying, yeah, this is ridiculous. This works like magic. Now, what was also happening was the last profile of people he worked with, he would go on and on. Remember, these are people who were attracted to him through watered down muted marketing. So he had to do a lot of selling on the call and convince them that they deserved to invest in themselves to save their relationships. Now the people showing up were already empowered. They'd made up their mind and they were ready to do what needed to be done. So his call duration went down from 90 minutes all the way down to 25 minutes. Now, what is the sales principle we applied from Andrew Tate? Imagine Andrew Tate is trying to sell you something. Do you think Andrew Tate would be, convincing you and begging you and telling you wonderful things about who you need to be, who you deserve to be, and blah, blah? No. Andrew Tate would be like, dude, you want to buy this or not? Let me know because I have other things to do. I've got stuff to do. You don't waste my time. That's literally the same philosophy we applied on the sales calls, where he would show up in his natural personality, because remember, this guy is naturally like that. He was just pretending to be someone else. He'd speak to the people, understand their problem, tell them, look, this is what I do. You've seen my marketing. Does it make sense to you to invest? And even when he got the old profile of people showing up who were wanting and expecting to be sold to and to be appeased to, he'd be like, listen, I don't have time for this. This is what I've spelled out to you. It's pretty obvious. What do you want to do? And it's a subconscious principle that when you repel people, when you tell people that, look, this is weak energy, I don't want to be around this energy, you need to make up your mind, a lot of people will there and then on the spot decide to man up to sort of take responsibility for who they are. Other people will just shy away and they'll just go away, which is absolutely fine. At the end of the day, you want customers who love your product, and this is exactly what this guy wanted. Now, after about a month and a half, his marketing started to reach critical mass. This is where things got really serious. My client went from booking 2 to 3 calls in a month to booking 5 calls in a week. In his words, he had leads coming out of everywhere. This is what happens when you continue to consistently put out content which incites people to take charge of their lives, to do something. It empowers them, makes them feel good about themselves. So his results improved in 2 ways. The first way was that the people joining his program started supporting each other, the community started thriving, people started celebrating each other's success. He had to work less hard in getting these people the results. Why? Because previously he was getting disempowered people and he had to work extra hard to empower them, then for them to take action. Now he's getting empowered people who were dying to take action. All he had to do was point them in the right direction and boom, they'd get the result. So that's the first way. The second way, obviously, when you work with action takers, it doesn't take long for them to get results. So the time taken for his people to get results went down from about 3 months to about a month and a half. That's a 50% decrease in time taken. Can you imagine, if you're someone who's selling a service, how much money you can make if you're providing a service that delivers the result in half the time that your competitor does? So after his marketing reaching critical mass, one of the big changes we needed to make was this person previously was doing a lot of cold outbound. Because his marketing was generic, he had to reach out to people, send them a DM, send them a text, build rapport, try to get them on a call. Now there were so many people trying to talk to him, booking calls with him, that everything was automated. We stopped doing cold DM completely because we didn't need to. And that's how we started hitting 25 to 30 grand per month around the 2nd month mark. And before the 3rd month was over, his business had done more than $50,000. Right now, he's doing between $30,000 to $40,000 per month. And so I hope you found this video useful. We can look and learn from lots of people who use the same principles and apply those principles to our business. Leave a comment down below and let me know which aspect of this strategy you found to be the most useful. Like and subscribe for more content like this. If you want to see me actually interviewing the person who experienced all of this, click here for the video interview, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.